All right, guys, another episode of We Need a Fourth. If I recall, we had a guest who maybe was better dealing us, and so we got a little more time to get together, gather our thoughts, kind of find out, who we are, what can we get away with in making fun of one another and knowing that it's all out of place of love. And so Scotland is the best place to gather, play golf, and then also have a few pops and get to know each other. And so this episode's all about, I think, kind of a group hug. Wouldn't you say, Bomber?
It was a group hug. I just wonder, should we tell people who they could be listening to? I mean, that's the question. They're going to listen to the three of us, whether they like it or not, but we had a guest.
Kenny, what do you think? Do you discuss that?
We're going to protect it because we want him later. So why make him think that we're chipping on him right now for not... It wasn't a firm commitment. It wasn't on parchment or anything. It was just like, yeah, I'll probably do that. And then everybody got drunk a lot. Brian made us gamble. You two didn't even want to do this next episode, but they said sit in the goddamn chair and say stuff. And it ended up being really cool. Brian didn't even know both our names going into this thing, so it was a way to get to know each other.
He still can't pronounce mine, so it works out perfect.
Cooper. Here's the thing.
Getting better.
I was confronted with a choice. You can shower after playing golf for 6 hours, or you could record this episode. I was choosing the shower.
Both were very dirty, Bomber. Both were very dirty.
Very dirty. This episode gets...
Roll the damn episode.
Here we go.
Hey, this is a very special episode of We Need a Fourth, because this time we don't need the fourth. Sometimes that happens. You're going to play golf and you have the three, and then you're like,
and one cancels.
And so, or hey, do you want to call so-and-so? Oh, you work late. And then finally you're like, fuck it. What's wrong with three? And there's nothing wrong with us. I'm Kenny Mayne, Cooper Manning, Brian Baumgartner. And we're going to ask each other some of the questions we would have asked a guest had that person shown up, but he stiffed us.
I think that's a great name of this episode. What's wrong with three?
What's wrong with three?
Yeah.
Should we rebrand the entire show or just
special episodes only?
Special episodes only.
Yeah.
We just need three.
What's wrong with three?
What's wrong with three?
I like that. I mean, I got a good friend, John Deaver, and we play golf the most, and we have others that are good friends too, but we play together more often. We're more available to each other.
Yeah.
And I have a great time with just one. Just me and him, and hopefully nobody chose. I don't want
nothing wrong with two.
Two's great.
That's when Kenny gets sick. We're gonna do nothing wrong with
Nothing
two.
wrong with two.
And the show's just going to keep adapting and morphing into. We don't know what is.
And when I get gingivitis, Brian's gonna be doing. It's just one.
We should mention we're here in Scotland. We're overlooking the old course in St. Andrews, courtesy of Travis Matthew. What an incredible
It's been a gift.
trip this has been.
Room 116 at the Russix is not a bad place to be.
116 at the Russix.
The guy-
is a home run.
The people in charge have been like so great and thanking us. It's like, dude, you give me a 4-day fucking golf vacation for free. It was like when I used to cover horse racing. I was like, are you kidding? I got a 3-day gambling vacation paid for by ESPN. I'm at the greatest track in America, and they called that work. And that's what this feels like.
It's been incredible. It's been great playing with you guys. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Better, and at the old course, the home of golf, as they say, the birthplace of golf, as some say.
The special episode, you might have heard the other one. Brian made up. He likes to gamble the whole time. He would bet more if only we would do that. And he said closest to the pin, but we're going to go who's ever farthest away suffers something. And we couldn't decide what it was. I still think my nomination was good. I said you had to throw the club off the cliff into the ocean.
That seemed extreme.
I don't know. I mean,
It sounds like a guy who's getting ready to get a new set free.
Instead, so when you go to Europe, particularly UK, they serve blood pudding and blood this, and it's pig guts that they pick up off the floor of factories where they slaughter lambs.
That's
and
not
pigs.
true.
And then they
shout out Scotland. That is not true.
And then they form it like a hamburger patty, and you're always like, what's that? And they say, well, it's blood, whatever. So Haggis, I guess, is in that neighborhood. So poor Cooper didn't hit the green, and he had to drink liquefied haggis.
Yes.
Delicious. I'm going to have it again
liked it,
tonight.
though.
I'm going to have haggis pudding tomorrow. and then I'm going to have that same lamb turned into a cereal and have like Lambios, frosted mini lambs. I mean, there's a reason they still serve it because people are eating it. So I knew I was in. It tasted like a gravy with some.
That actually sounds horrible. You're going to drink just a shot of gravy. Even that in and of itself, despite the fact that what actually, are we even clear yet what is in it? Do we know?
We just know it's the lungs of an animal.
Have you guys ever heard of the sport called Hornusen?
Oh, I hear it's coming back.
No. So we did this thing where we traveled and found weird sports. We're filling time here, guys. It's a fucking bonus episode. If I want to tell
What's it called? What's the sport called?
We don't need a fourth.
No, what's the sport called?
3's good enough.
What's the sport called, you said?
Oh, Hornusen.
Hornusen. Tell me about it.
Okay, thanks for that question, Cooper. It's like golf, but it's a whip like it's not like a steel shaft. It whips, right? And they hit this metal thing shaped like a triangle, like 300 yards. And then there are people in the field with wooden boards, and they have to hold it up and knock it down from the sky.
I'm so surprised I didn't catch on.
It caught on in Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
It's played a lot?
Google Hornusen, Hornussen, Hornusen. I brought it up because we're at the birthplace of golf. Mm-hmm. That is the birthplace of Hornusen. And if you're ever in wherever I said Switzerland, go play.
I'm going to. You know, the last time I was here, we were at dinner and John Daly walked in and said, "What are y'all doing tomorrow?" We said, "Oh, we're going over to Kings Barnes playing." He goes, "I may join you." And I told the story before, but he, sure enough, 2 minutes before we tee off, he came up and grabbed a beer out of my buddy's hands, a can of beer, put a ball on top and just ripped it, like a little buttercut 255 down there. And off we went, smoking and music and a golf cart, of which you're not allowed to do. I guess you're not allowed to do 2 of those 3 times. So
that has nothing to do with
anything can happen in Scotland. So that's why I'm saying tonight we're having a few pops, kind of winding down to a full day. I'm anxious to see, what
shows up and what happens.
You go to a fork in the road.
I got a crazy John Daly story. So I'm in Tampa one time and just minding my business.
No, we're not going there again.
And
playing a little blackjack?
I love
Were you playing just
John.
A little blackjack by yourself?
Yeah.
I love you, John.
The casino manager comes over and goes, hey, John Daly always wanted to meet you. He loved you on Sports Center. I'm like, I always appreciated his golf game.
I feel like I've heard something. That sounds familiar. Keep going.
It wasn't even me.
No, it was
Brian. Would you tell us the awesomest office story ever? You have to tell one.
Yeah, we don't talk about the office
because your pants.
Let's be honest, Brian. It's the most treasured
it's
sitcom of all time.
Yeah.
And
we haven't bothered him about it.
It's so good.
But we should hear
But now when we're in Scotland, you should.
Well, we're also just filling time on this fake show, this bonus show. And
all right, I'll give you one. I'll give you one that a lot of people don't know.
And people piss their pants.
I'll give you one that a lot of it. The second season, January, Steve Carell. We were almost dead, almost off the air. Steve Carell is nominated as Best Actor at the Golden Globes. And the show was nominated. I can't even remember if the show was nominated or not. It doesn't matter. We were all invited to attend the Golden Globes, NBC, The Office, NBC. But we're not invited in the room. We're not allowed in the room. We watch from a party that they set up on the top deck of the parking garage adjacent to the Golden Globes. But nonetheless, we're invited to show up, walk the red carpet. Everyone comes to pregame at my house. I live closest to the Beverly Hilton Hotel at the time. And David Denman, who played Roy in the show, shows up and he's like, I'll take us all down there. There were 5 of us. We end up jumping into my memory is that it was a Honda Civic. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just to paint the picture.
Who's in this car?
I know that it was Angela. I know that it was me. I know that it was David Denman. I think Oscar was there as well. Maybe Jenna Fisher. I can't fully remember, but there's a group of us. We pregame there. We're going to the Beverly Hilton, and we drive down the hill, and suddenly we realize you don't show up at the Beverly Hilton during the Golden Globes in a Honda Civic. Like, there's no valet set up. It's all limos and cars that are like dropping one off at the red. This was like we hadn't done a red carpet before.
Are you in tuxedo?
We were dressed appropriately. I think because we weren't in the room, it wasn't tuxedos, but we were in suits. That's my memory.
The Honda Civics or the Honda Corporation.
No. So David goes, well, I'll go find a place to park. Pulls over on the side of Wilshire Boulevard, and the cast of The Office gets out of the Honda Civic and starts walking down the sidewalk to get to the red carpet. Amazing. We don't know what we're doing. We go in. Steve unexpectedly wins the Golden Globe that night. We are all tanked. That's on record. Everyone acknowledges that. At least
not in the Honda Civic. Afterward, you had more to drink.
Safely he wins, driven. And it was like, because we were almost canceled at that point, and it was like all of us who, when that show started, nobody was famous. Steve Carell wasn't. I mean, this is before 40-Year-Old Virgin. Everyone was just a working actor, but him winning and feeling like we really were a family, it was such a special, kind of incredible night. It was like him winning a Golden Globe was like all of us winning. Yeah. And there's a picture, you can find it. I believe it's a TV Guide had a photo booth, one of those things you kind of can get, and the entire cast of The Office is in the photo booth with him holding the Golden Globe. And of all the memories we had, that's probably top.
That's pretty good. Did you guys abandon the Honda Civic knowing that you'd be into stardom at that point?
I definitely did not go home in the Honda Civic. I can specifically tell you that. But yeah, that's pretty good. That was our.
Do you think there's any chance we'll look back in many years and say, this is that kind of moment? We're in the Civic right now before someone wins a Golden Globe of podcast award equivalencies?
Maybe.
Can't even lose if you don't enter.
That's exactly right.
Nick Zito said that, horse race trainer.
Yeah. Lose if you don't
it's a great quote. Nick Zito, famous horse race trainer, was being grilled by the media at the Belmont saying, "Oh, you always finish second. You've never won. Like, that's second's pretty good," he said. And then he kind of paused and says, "You know what? You can't even lose if you don't enter." It's just, I live by that. Like, you always have to put yourself out there. Yeah. I fail fucking all the time. Not today. I was pretty good today. But other times I have failed.
You were great today, actually. On more ways than one. Just in general, your game was on.
Yeah.
Personality, lip sync, dance moves, putting, podcasting.
I cannot think of his name. Dwight Schrute.
Rainn Wilson.
You know where he's from?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Go for it.
Somewhere within 2 hours of Seattle.
No, Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah. He's a Seattle guy. Yeah.
I've never seen a guy with more Washington State pride than Kenny Mayne.
I just told a story about The Office, and somehow it still got back to Washington State. Right. There's not. All right. No.
Can I ask a more specific one? That was a great story.
Thank you.
A time
he didn't like the story.
No, I love the story because it was sentimental. It was like a real. It was nice. It was a touching.
But it's hard to come up with something to tell me a story.
No, but I want one.
Things trigger.
That's like Jay Leno. He's like the new Jay Leno of podcasting. You do the pre-interviews for the talk shows, and you do the whole thing, and you're like, "Oh, I got this great story." This is totally hypothetical, but my coworker, John Krasinski and BJ Novak and Mindy Kaling, they're all from Boston. Sorry, not Washington State. And I went to Boston and blah, blah, blah. This funny thing happened. And so then you get on the television show and Jay Leno goes, "So Boston." And then the person has to go, "Oh, yeah. Hey, funny story. John Krasinski and Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak are from Boston."
I feel like using Jay was an insult, and I took it as such. But
it's a compliment.
My question was
adjacent.
Was that you guys had to break on the set all the time? Like, I love those Will Ferrell things where he makes everybody piss their pants. How many times did that happen where you didn't even get shit shot because nobody could hold?
A lot. The one where if you want to see me. I don't laugh, but I couldn't not smile about it, was the great genius, amazing Amy Ryan, who played Holly. There's a series of episodes where she thinks that Kevin is slow, and We're standing at the vending machine, and she's telling me, I'm holding out my hand, like I'm holding out my hand right now, and she's like, that's a quarter, that's a dime, that's a nickel. And then she would always look at it, pick it up, and say, this is a button. And there was something for me about her having to tell me that it was a button and show me that it was a button that I could not laugh. I could not laugh. I was like, Amy, I'm so sorry. I can't look at your kind eyes like that with you have so much empathy for this person and say that. And so I literally, the only thing I did was I knew, spoiler alert, the voice is coming. I knew that what they would cut to from that scene was Kevin saying, I'm totally gonna bang Holly. And so I thought, if I make it like a smile, like, which I sort of adjusted my real life smile into that, knowing what we were cutting into.
Were any of them good golfers?
No one plays. I'm the only one that plays. That's why I get invited everywhere. Yeah. We had a golf episode, the writers would take cues from us and would write stuff into episodes and so that's why God, what is it? I'm going to screw it up and then fans are going to be mad. We go to a golf course and they're entertaining a client and they bring me because they know that I can golf. And there's the betting quote. What are we playing? AC/DC, bingo, bango, bongo, Barkies, Sandies.
Hey, let's make it interesting. Say $10 a hole.
Great.
What are we talking? Skins? AC/DC? Bingo, bango, bongo? Sandies? Barkies? Arnie's? Wolf? What?
Anyway, so I get that all. I show up at a golf course. They're like, "What were you playing today?" And they'll like rattle off all of these things because I play golf and I gamble.
Who's the biggest dick of? Like, just name names, like top 3. The people just fucking hated him and didn't want to work with him.
Cooper, between Eli and Peyton, who's your favorite brother?
No,
I haven't met my other brother, Maurice.
Of you, anyone you have met, famous person, athlete, celebrity, who is the best golfer that you've ever played with?
Fred Couples.
That's a good one.
Boom.
It was the Hartford. Now it's called the Travelers. That's had a bunch of names. But Bill Murray, I caddied for, so that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Was that fun?
Oh my God, I was nervous because he's Bill Murray, but I was making my little dumb stories for ESPN, and we went out to the Hartford, and he just happened to walk by. I was in the perfect spot. His ball came right to where I was standing. I said, Bill, any chance you'd let me caddy for you? Like the last 3 holes, we're shooting this little thing for ESPN. He says, for you? Okay.
That was nice.
And I was like, oh my God, Bill Murray just said, so I hop over the fence. His son was on the bag. Now I got it. And I was so proud. I said a joke to him and he used it out loud to the audience. And then I said, the thing is, they expect you to be funny. They already love you. You could just yell like fucking mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And they'll all start laughing. He walks up and screams mayonnaise and they all started laughing.
Do you say mayonnaise and not mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise?
Is that how they do it in Washington?
No, it's
Mayonnaise.
Maine. It's
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
No,
Mayonnaise.
Oh, maybe that's it. Do you say roof or roof?
Roof.
I say roof.
I know.
Do you say Cooper or Cupper?
I say Cooper.
Oh,
Cooper.
your brother's
That's what I
Cooper.
meant.
No, yeah, but his brother's
Cooper,
like Cooper will be
I
here
had to
soon.
teach I had to teach people how to say
It's
it.
the Louisiana education system.
It's like book. You don't say book. You say book. You don't eat a chocolate chip cookie. At least I don't.
But back to
You
Fred
might. Kenny.
Cooper.
Cup. Like cup.
I gave
Cup.
2 answers.
Cupper.
Cooper. They go Cooper.
Wait, does it bother you that I say Cooper?
It doesn't bother
Or
me.
they go
Coop?
Cooper.
Do you
call
like
me-
Coop?
I like ass face if that's available.
And they say it like this. They go Cooper. But back to Fred
Cook.
Couples, who's from
Cooper.
Seattle. So Fred is from Seattle. He is. So,
Wait, oh God. Is that where we were going?
Yeah, you
Just
asked-
bringing up
you asked
Seattle
the goddamn
again?
question. So we're at Hartford, different time, and I hit 2 of my best shots of my life. I tap in for a 3 on a 4. I got a 1. They're giving me 2. And he thought I was the best golfer in the world, arguably one of the best golfers in the world. And then I sucked like I did today the rest of that round.
Playing a par 4, get to 3, get to 2, get to 1.
Get to 1.
It really is funny.
We lost, by the way. Our only loss on the front 9 was to you getting a 6 for 4.
It does mean you suck at golf because you get so many strokes, but you also feel so awesome to pull it off. Like, I got a 5, it's a 3.
I got invited back in, I think, 2008, down to Florida. Peyton called me and said, hey, would you be free next week to play golf with Tiger Woods?
Ooh.
And
you did.
I said, just tell me what to wear and where to be. And this was in the thick of his run. I think he had won 5 tournaments in a row.
This is what year? 2000?
08.
Oh, 2008. Okay.
I think that's right.
How did you play?
It was Bay Hill was coming up, and we played on a Tuesday down at his spot down in Isleworth?
Isleworth?
And it's funny, we were going to play, Hank Haney was his coach, and us 4 were going to play, and then Bubba Watson walked up and said, what are y'all doing? He said, we're going to go off the back. And he goes, can I play with you? And I'd heard the name Bubba Watson, but no wins, and you just knew it was kind of like a stunt guy, like just trick shot. Like, I'm one of the few people who gets paired with Tiger in the thick of his prime, and we got beat by, he shot but Bubba shot 66, and he hit some shots that even Tiger was like, dear God, what the heck is that? I mean, he would just take it out over the middle of the, pond and bring it back. And he was kind of bragging about having never taken a lesson and all this stuff. And I remember Hank Haney going, I'm not sure this guy's going to ever get it. It's kind of this self-taught swing. And then what do you know? And
were you nervous, like, to play well because you're with the greatest player in the world?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing back. They didn't let us play up from, the members' tees. And I shot like 86 or something, did fine.
The best round that I've ever witnessed was Phil Mickelson. I'm playing with Phil, and Phil brings out John Mallinger, shout out, Travis Matthew.
Free shout out.
And a young kid, his name is Leo, and me and a buddy, and we played at Del Mar Grand in San Diego, and John was trying, and this kid Leo was trying to qualify for the U.S. Open. They were having the qualifier like 2 days later, and they don't know where the tees are going to be. They didn't let me or anybody play up. I'm by far the worst golfer because my other buddy is like a scratch, and these guys are all pluses. But I'm playing back there with them, and we found out later they played from further back. 3 times we hit over a road that was in between any tee I ever would have played from. But we get out on the first tee, and Phil kind of hits that shot a little bit loose. He gets up, and he has like a 12-footer, and I'm going to screw up his quote. I don't want to mess it up, but he's not here to tell it. He's over the ball, and he's looking at the putt, it's lefty, and he's going like this, and he goes, a lot of people say, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, but today we're going to be marathon sprinters. And he says that, putts it, makes birdie. He proceeds from the tippity tip at a very difficult golf course to shoot, I can't remember, 63, 64. The entire day he's talking through all the shots. He has a 2-wood in his bag, and he starts saying, so, next week when I go play the PGA Championship at Kiowa, I've got this 2-wood, and I'm going to hit this thing, and it's going to do this, and it's going to stay under the wind, and this is going to happen. And he's talking, and then just like, whoom, and just striping it. Now, I love golf. I love gambling. I don't bet on professional golf because it's like, you got 120 something people. Like, there's not odds that are generally good enough. I put a bet down after that day for Phil to win the PGA Championship, and it is a bet I cashed. When he went and won. He was just playing so confident.
How much did you bet, and how much did you win?
I can't even remember now, but I think it was like plus 3,300 or like there. It was a big number, and I put something moderate down. But I was like, he just it was like the way he was talking, how he was describing the shots he was going to hit and hitting them. Guys, this has been Why don't we just do 3? What's it called again?
It's more fun, just 3. I don't think we need all these fancy guests.
Really?
No, we need them.
Let's get
They're
them.
better.
Okay.
We Need a Fourth is produced by SmartLess Media and Electric Avenue. Brian Baumgartner, Cooper Manning, Kenny Mayne, and Stewart Bailey are executive producers. Produced by Ann Harris and Kyle McGraw. Engineered by Kyle McGraw. Edited by Joshua Richmond. The associate producer is Maddie McCann. Executive producer for Electric Avenue is Marc Forman. Executive producers for SmartLess Media are Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, Richard Korson, and Bernie Kominski.
Guys, if you're enjoying We Need a Fourth, do all the things. Rate us, review us, like us, and please subscribe to us. We appreciate it so much, and it's going to help other people to find this podcast.